It's amazing that we started with 44 students when we opened in March 2006, and of course we opened it on that day with the Honourable Peter Beattie.
Firstly, I want to congratulate you for those 10 years, and this university, the Brisbane campus, has grown. But the most important thing is, for those of you who are international students, you are in a unique institution. Unique because if you see what's changing in university education and education generally, you are in fact forerunners to what will be a huge advance of Australia through the Asian region. I recently wrote a book which is highlighted here, and it talks about a number of things, but one of them is what's happening in terms of education. You're going to find that the skills you learn here are not just useful in this country, but they're useful through the whole region, the 65 countries that you talked about. We all know the world is becoming more and more global, therefore you have to have global skills, you have to have global contacts, and you have to have a global mentality. Now we're talking about an innovation mentality in Australia at the moment, something, as Kathleen referred to, I passionately support. But we have to think globally if we're going to take advantages of where we are. And all those old boundaries are going to fall down. I remember when I left law school, before many of you were born, Jerry wasn't, but the rest of you all were. I remember when I left law school, if anyone had said to me that China and India were going to become economic powers in the world, you'd have been laughed at. You'd have been laughed at. Now that's in my lifetime. Now you imagine what's going to happen in your lifetime in terms of what's happening in education, or what's also happening in innovation. What will happen is basically this, and I've spent the last 7 years, well, prior to the last year, in the United States, and you can see that they're starting to integrate their economies. You'll hear a lot of nonsense about in the American propaganda about anti-China. Dow Chemicals has built one of their biggest refineries and research centres in China. GM produces more cars in China than it does in the United States. You'll see more and more integration of those economies, and Australia is going to do the same thing. You see the free trade agreement that exists between Australia and China, there's one with Korea, there's Japan, India's being worked on. You will find more and more of that integration. And therefore, the experience that you've had at James Cook University is really, really important.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday! Happy birthday!